Welcome to Lanterns Live. It's Ralph, and I'm joined by Will Smith once again. We're going to be talking a little bit about casting, and I think a lot about speculating about what's happening in the HBO Max series Lanterns. Will is from Green Lanterns podcast. Will, thanks for joining me again, dude. It's been wild getting all of these casting announcements because they usually come with a one or two sentences that allude to what the plot of Lanterns is, and I'm really starting to figure things out, and we'll see if you agree with me.
I think we're going to be in the same ballpark, and I'm hoping, because we haven't talked about this, but I'm hoping that we're thinking something is two different people. That's my hope as we kind of go through it.
Well, that's the thing. We have two people who have been cast as Jon Stewart's father.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep talking about John Sr. with a capital S. I don't know what that means. Here's the thing. I'm a pretty big Green Lantern fan. I'm not an expert. But I don't ever seem to recall Jon Stewart's father playing into his story that much ever.
No, I think that's fair. I think typically in the comics we have seen if he's got a parent around or they're involved in the storyline, it's usually mother side, not father side.
Right. So here's the thing. Who are the two men cast?
That would be Sherman Augustus, who will be playing John Sr. In current day. And then there will be J. Alphonse Nicholson, who will be playing the younger version of John Sr.
Got it. Okay. So this is something that I don't know how deep we're going to get into this right off the bat. I think it's really interesting since for me, Jon Stewart's father doesn't really play prominently in the comics. I feel like that the show can do anything with that character. And I have a feeling we're going to get flashbacks. Obviously, we're going to see two ages of John's dad. Most likely, this is what I'm thinking. Flashbacks of the father young, obviously, and then current day John's father. Okay, so let's put a pin in that. We'll get back to it in a little bit. I also want to talk about the casting of Jason Ritter, who I'm excited about. I'm a huge fan of Jason Ritter. And it was just reported today on TwoFab, TwoFab.com. They have an exclusive interview with him. He was on a red carpet. They asked him about Lanterns. He's a fan. He almost exclusively Green Lantern and Spider-Man books growing up. And he, which makes me happy. So we're getting a fan who's excited about being on Lanterns. He says it's good. His character is Billy Macon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
I think you are.
Okay. So Billy Macon, from the tidbits we've gathered, is the son of William Macon, who's played by Garrett Dillahunt.
Yes.
Okay. And also, I read another article that said he is the husband of Kelly MacDonald's character.
Sheriff Carey, yep.
Yes. Now here's something else I read, that Sheriff Carey is also a love interest of Hal's.
Yes, I have read the same thing. And I've also read that Garrett Dillahunt's Macon is married to Morna Jaganathan, who plays Zoe, and I had read rumors in the lead up to John's casting that John would potentially be romantically involved with Zoe.
Okay.
So the two Lanterns might be in something with the two ladies who are married to the two men that are cast as the Macons.
Yes. Okay. So that's super interesting. So let me talk about this real quick. Because this was my line of thinking. speaking of Kelly MacDonald, it was in Collider. It was reported that Kelly MacDonald is a no-nonsense sheriff of a town that is suddenly awash with superpowered beings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my theory is Jason Ritter was Kelly MacDonald's husband and has since passed on. And he is dead. And so now she's the love interest of Hal. So both those things can be true. And because it says superpowered beings, I'm not thinking like this is like that movie Chronicle where they just touch a thing and they get superpowers. I think it's Black Lanterns. I think Jon Stewart has flashbacks of his dad as a young man, and current day Jon Stewart's father is a Black Lantern, because we know how Black Lanterns act in the book, where they are essentially, they come back to life to torment former loved ones, like loved ones in their life. Like Thomas Wayne came after Bruce.
Right.
And the Kents came after Pa Kent came after Superman. Like, was like really messed up stuff. And I'm gonna say either William Macon or Billy Macon are actually William Hand.
I agree there. I was not sure if you were going to go with Jason Ritter or Garrett Dillahunt being the Black Hand, but that's how I'm picturing it right now in my head as well, is that one of them, I think William Macon, Garrett Dillahunt's character, is described in one of the articles that came out about him as like an American cowboy type. So maybe they work on some sort of like ranch, or they have one, and somehow a ranch hand gets the nickname William Hand, and he becomes Black Hand. I just want Black Hand to be in this so bad that
it's so bad.
It's so close. Just give it to me.
Since day one, since the day that James Gunn posted that video talking about the future of DC and saying that he's starting with Superman, and he brings up lanterns. It was in that was it like a 13-minute video or something, where he says this is the start of the DCU. He mentions lanterns as a terrestrial crime story.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, I'm like, that's stupid. I want Green Lantern in space. The movie took place too much on Earth. I want it to be in space. But if it were to be an Earthbound story, like, what are some cool Earthbound villains? And I think number one would be Black Hand.
I also think that we're going to get space in this. It's just not going to be like the prominent thing. Obviously, to save budget, it makes sense. But like Sinestro is going to be in this. Yeah. The Lantern Corps is going to be in this. Porna Jaganathan, I believe, in one of her interviews, mentioned the Guardians.
Yep.
Oa probably makes an appearance. The Guardians make an appearance. Like, that kind of stuff is, what we're going to get. Where the Cape said, so John versus Black Hand and Hal versus Sinestro. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Because it's been told, again, it's been reported that Sinestro is a former Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're already past the origin part of Sinestro turning yellow.
Right. How he fits into this will be really interesting. The thing that's also been getting me is I keep getting hung up on this thing that the John and Hal are going to this town in Nebraska to investigate a murder. Now, this thing is really interesting to me because clearly Sheriff Kelly is there.
Yep.
I'm sure she's capable to do her own investigation on a murder. Why would two Green Lanterns be sent to this place for a murder unless it's someone big? Unless it's a big deal. I sent this to you via text last week, and I was like, it's got to be someone that would like affect like the Justice League. Someone big died, and I would assume they want to keep it under wraps Otherwise, they just send Superman or Batman. Like Batman's a detective. Like, of course he would go. But you can't have Batman walking around this Nebraska town without raising some eyebrows. So you send in two guys who look normal, but have, who can take care of themselves with their ring, just show up into town and check out this investigation. So I was thinking it's something along the lines, for example, let's say the Justice League found out that Barry Allen was murdered. The world doesn't know that Barry Allen's Flash. So the Justice League can't show up and be like, what happened to Barry Allen? The world would be like, well, clearly this Barry Allen guy's something special, and the Justice League just showed up without Flash. Like, it's that kind of thing where they want to keep it under wraps. So let's send in two plainclothes superheroes or just guys. Like, Green Lanterns are known worldwide, but if you see them in public, even if Clark Kent were to show up or Bruce Wayne were to show up in Nebraska, eyes would be raised.
And so, again, with that, something has to happen. Something triggers somewhere that it's big enough news for two Green Lantern Corps members to come check it out.
Yeah.
Sinestro doesn't live on Earth. He's not like Hal and John.
It's big enough for him to notice.
Right. What sends a Yellow Lantern, a Sinestro Corps leader, to go to Earth to also come investigate what's going on or be around? Or maybe he's the cause. Maybe he's the murderer in this situation. I don't know. But again, that lends itself to, we're going to get some sort of space in this. It's not just going to be completely done on Earth.
Yeah.
You'd have to explain why Sinestro's there. He comes from space.
Yeah.
I just hope that, like, could you imagine, like, it's a year after the 2011 film has been out, all the reviews came out, people have been mean to it, making jokes for forever, and people have been saying for the longest time, like, what would be the coolest thing you could do in terms of a Green Lantern story in movies? Everybody will point to Blackest Night as a storyline, and they say it could never be done. It would cost way too much, too many characters involved. But could you imagine if Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy and Tom King and James Gunn in the group could pull off a smaller version and get all these different Lantern Corps added into a television show and it be good for a budget nowhere near what people would have thought it would have taken for them to do it in the movies? Like, it would be a complete revival and just boom for the Green Lantern fandom if this comes out. Black Hand is in it, Sinestro Corps is in it, more Green Lanterns than Hal and just John. Oh man, it would just be so awesome.
Well, I think, that's the thing. The small town setting is really helping things out. I'm not the biggest fan of Earth-based Lantern stories. Secret Origins might be my favorite. I think that was a real nice one because it did take place mostly in like Coast City and stuff, and Atrocitus one was on Earth. If I see Atrocitus on the show, I'm gonna flip.
I mean, we've talked in text a little bit about maybe not.
I mean, even then, even like a Kilowog, where, like, listen, they've shown Kilowog in both Green Lantern 2011 and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Granted, Kilowog was dead, but that design of Kilowog in that Zack Snyder's Justice League looked really good. Like, it looked really good. I mean, hey, if they can cut corners and just say, hey, we have the assets for this Kilowog design, it's comic accurate, you might as well just dig it up and use that, like anything. And I still think we're getting Chip in the Superman movie.
Yeah.
I think we're getting Chip. By the way, we're on Superman trailer watch, apparently. Have you heard about this? Like, James Gunn's out there doing some stuff that we may get a full actual Superman trailer with like plot and dialogue and stuff.
When does Minecraft movie come out? Because the rumor is before Minecraft airs, they're going to do a 5-minute
I am not sure
Superman clip. While you're looking that up, in the chat, Jay Kelly said, wasn't the
April
Guardians
4th.
confirmed too? Porna Jaganathan in an interview mentioned specifically, like the Sinestros are here, the Guardians are here. Does that mean it's lore drops, or is it actual they're on the show? Well, we know Sinestro's going to be in the show. I'm assuming in some roundabout way, even if it's like real quick look, I'm assuming we are going to see some of the Guardians. And where the Cape said, my question is, will we see Coast City destroyed in flashbacks with Parallax? I want there to be Coast City so much, but this is taking place in a small American town in the American heartland, and there's been a little bit of filming that has happened, and on some of the first responder vehicles, it doesn't say Coast City on the side or anything like that. It says something else. So I don't know. I don't know. I would love for there to be Coast City, but I don't want to get my hopes up too much just yet.
Yeah, so they were filming at a football stadium in a high school over in Norwalk, California, which is just north of me. It's actually a neighboring city of my hometown of Downey. And there was speculation that it may be flashbacks to Jon Stewart as a high school football player, and maybe that's where we get the younger version of his dad.
Maybe he's helping coach the team.
I could see that. I could see
trying
that
to motivate John from the side, or why isn't my kid playing type of thing.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff too to consider. Like, we all know that Hal is a veteran, and it sounds like they're doing flashbacks. So we may get any Hal flashback as well, which would be a lot of fun. I'd love to see John getting his ring for the first time. In the first look from Vanity Fair, we couldn't see a ring in John's hand yet.
Right. Only Hal.
I'm assuming he had it, but it was just obscured. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I've zoomed in on that picture as tight as I could to see if I could see the ring anywhere, because the ring is pretty flat up against the skin. So it's really hard to be able to pinpoint to see if he's actually wearing one.
I could see them in
photoshopped it out.
The early stages of their training or their mentorship, where Hal wants to always keep the ring on, stay at the ready. You never know what's going to pop up. And John might, honestly, being a younger guy, might think it's just not that cool to wear this bulky looking ring on my middle finger at all times. Maybe it's in his pocket or something. Or like you said, they could totally Photoshop it out.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that makes that image Green Lantern is the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you put that ring and it's immediately, that's Hal Jordan and that's Jon Stewart. Otherwise, it's just two guys.
That reinforces what you were saying, though, that if you want to investigate something small and not cause a big scene, send people who look like regular people.
Here's these guys with matching rings.
Yeah.
And Hal
Green
doesn't
rings
give a shit
and they
that
shine.
Scene. Because in the comics, at least in the Silver Age, Hal's ring would be able to disappear. It would be on his finger, but you couldn't see it. It was his way of so that Carol didn't know that Hal was Green Lantern,
mm-hmm.
be able to make it invisible. So it could be that. It could be John again. Just, hey, dude, I'm new to this. Green Lantern code says when you're undercover, don't hide your ring. Make sure your ring is hidden. Put your power battery in a pocket dimension. Whereas Hal's just dude, I've done this so much, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If someone tries to mess with me, I don't need to hide my ring. I'm just going to be out here ready to bust heads, because that's Hal. He doesn't look before he leaps. He just goes in head first. So that image was very interesting.
I wonder if they just want to make a big deal of John's ring specifically. Maybe that's the one that they have decided they're going to market that ring. That's the one that they're going to sell, because they've shown Guy Gardner's ring. We've seen Hal Jordan's ring already, but they didn't show John's. Why? And Hal's looks different than Guy's, so maybe John's is completely different. And again, maybe that's the one that they're going to make all the merch out of.
I'd be fine with that. Hal's looks like mostly like a metallic with the green gem on the inside, where the whole ring is a Green Lantern logo. Same as Guy's, but Guy's is more green than it is metal. So maybe they give John the round, the circular emblem, which I think would be cool, because there you go. You already have 3 different things that the Noble Collection can sell you. You have 3 different style rings, unlike the movie where if they only made one style, and then you just got one and you could play any character.
And I'm a sucker, so if you make 3 different versions, I will buy 3 different versions. I
will buy 3 different versions too. I'm already excited to get those. I was wondering if they're where the cape says, are they borrowing rings? I don't know if they would be borrowing. Maybe Hal would. Do we know if Hal is retired?
It just says he was like a grizzled old veteran.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what age do you retire with a pension?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they're treating it like Maverick. Like, he's still out there doing it, but he's maybe not doing it at the capacity he was as he was younger.
Maybe that is John's ring, and they are switching it back and forth as the need arises.
Dude, that would be too much to deal with. I mean, it's like John has the ring. John is a Green Lantern. He's brand new. He goes to Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan comes along. Like, Batman's like, here, take Hal. Just go with him. I know you're not a Lantern anymore. And then, like, John just hands him the ring to say, like, here, show me how to do it.
Yeah, or maybe John, because of the way he was raised, he has these mental roadblocks that won't let him. He can only take it so far, and then he has to stop. But if he were to stop there, the bad guys are going to win. So Hal's like, give me the dang ring. I'll handle this. And then he does this, big construct and really beats up the bad guys, and it's all saved because they have 2 different ways that they lantern.
Yeah, could be. Jeremy says he'd be fine with everything was Maverick from now on. I'd be fine with that. Dude, as soon as I watched Maverick, I thought 2 things. The movie was awesome. I love Maverick. Saw it in the theater, thought it was great.
It was great.
But the first thing I thought is, where the heck is that Rogue Squadron movie from Star Wars? like this movie's making like $1 billion. Like, where's Rogue Squadron? And then where's Hal Jordan? This is my 2 main thoughts. Where are those guys? I'm wondering if we've got to get some plane action from Hal, right?
Yeah. And again, if you're out, even if it is a small town that you're doing this in, the West is loaded with great big areas and hangars where you'd be able to fly planes out there, no problem. Like,
yeah, crop dusters.
At least give me a construct.
Yeah, I want to see Hal in a crop dusting thing. He passes the ring off to John. Have a crop dusting like biplane flown by Hal with John flying next to it as a Green Lantern. That would be so fucking tight. That'd be so tight. And one of the problems with speculation too, I feel bad because I'm like, I start getting like worked up in my head, like what this could be. And then usually, it's not going to be any of this. And then I'll try not to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm so excited about this because we haven't had Green Lantern in live action, with the exception of Stargirl, really, and that shot of Diggle, which
but neither one was. Diggle didn't really become a Green Lantern, and in Stargirl, Jade wasn't like main character. She was around for like 3 or 4 episodes. So like this is a big deal for us.
This is big, and the fact that they got the names attached to it, and the thing I love about this. Because I was reading an article today that was talking about like the 10 like least watchable superhero movies, and of course Green Lantern's right up there at top, like it always is. And it just said Green Lantern by Martin Campbell, and the thing with that movie is Martin Campbell had like never heard of Green Lantern before directing the movie.
And I think he made a comment that like the way that they designed the villain was not the best way to do it. Just like a yellow giant head.
Yeah. But when it comes to the show... We have people
involved with the show who are actual fans of Green Lantern. Like,
that's going to make the difference. I think that's going to make the difference. And it sounds like everybody who's read the script is way on board. Jason Ritter said he can't wait. He's very excited about it. The guy who's playing Sinestro, Ulrich, what's his name?
Ulrich Thompson.
Seems super stoked about it. He did post that picture of him with his mustache at the Warner Brothers lot. It sounds like, with the mustache. Dude, you sent me that picture, and the first thing I said was mustache.
Yes. It was like I saw it immediately, and two thoughts I had. Well, I guess three, but first, as soon as somebody posted it, the first thing I did was zoom in and look and saw that he had a mustache. And I was like, yes, this is practical effects Sinestro over here, at least here. I think, they're doing it the right way. Two, I don't know how old he is, but he's around the same age as Kyle Chandler, who everybody thinks is too old to play Hal.
Yeah.
Kyle Chandler looks significantly younger than him. Like, they don't... Kyle doesn't look old at all. But I just started watching Banshee because he's supposed to be like one of the two leads with the guy who plays Homelander. And I'm like 7 episodes into season 1 because I'm trying to do a little bit of research on these guys to figure out if I like their acting chops. He is so good as an actor. Yeah. Like, I fear him in the show, and I'm not part of the cast and the crew. Like, his character is great. And then as you were talking about,
right too.
Yeah, exactly. But you were talking about people being stoked for the script. It was Porna Jaganathan who had said she read this. She doesn't know anything about sci-fi, anything about Green Lantern, but when she reads the script, it's like she understands all of it because of how well it's written. She picks up on all the things that somebody who's not a fan of this type of thing might not get. It sounds like they're making it accessible to a casual viewer where you don't need to know all these deep cut lore Lantern things to enjoy the show.
Yeah, I agree. I think the way that, like, I'm a Lost fan. I produced a documentary about Lost. Damon Lindelof wrote the pilot for Lost. And he's really, like, just based on that, really able to, like, start off with a bang, hit the ground running, and connect with people. And like, you've watched Lost, right? Have you watched Lost?
Oh, yeah. Again.
Yeah, where it's like the plane, you start in the middle of this plane crash, so you're immediately pulled into this.
Yeah, it's disaster and chaos on the beach immediately.
So I'm hoping that whatever the show, like, does... And I mean, Jesus, his first episode of Watchmen with, like, was it the Tulsa Massacre?
Yeah.
Like, like, if he can start off this show like that, where it just grabs people and they're forced to be like, I need to know what's happening. And then you start injecting Green Lantern into that, it's going to be awesome. I really do hope that it's accessible to your average Joes. I want people to really kind of understand what Green Lantern fans have been talking about, like, since at least 2005 with Rebirth, and who saw the movie and like, I don't get it. I don't understand what the big deal is. Like, I'm hoping they're able to show you, like, Green Lantern 2011 was like Cliff's Notes of Green Lantern lore. Like, it's like, here's this little tiny, the guy gets a ring from an alien and then fights bad guys and makes things. Like, it's so stripped down and it's so not what Green Lantern is. I'm so glad that these guys have at least probably 8 episodes to, like, be like, here's a good almost 8 hours of what Green Lantern can be.
Yeah.
And should be. And hopefully it puts a lot of people, it makes people rethink what 2011. 2011's still on their mind. If they laughed at Sonic 3 when they made fun of 2011 Green Lantern, dude, like, I'm hoping this is like, oh, we all get it now. Like, I'm so excited for, because I can tell anybody, I'm like, yeah, go pick up Jeff Johns' book and start reading it, Rebirth, but then it's like, but you got to get through. But just read like what 40 issues to get the Sinestro Corps.
Yeah,
it's a
lot.
big ask.
Yep.
So if they can just jump in right at like Blackest Night right off the bat and just show it as a concept, maybe not even necessarily have Black Lanterns, but have it be something's making these people come back to life, and they're like gross zombies, but they're like have knowledge of people that they were. Even if it were like, let's say the finale is the reveal of a Black Lantern, that would be cool. It would be a cool way to set things up. But if you were to do it at the end of episode 1, where you set up the Green Lanterns have a power battery, it's green, and it helps them, recharge their ring, which is based on will. If you show that at the beginning, these Green Lanterns, and at the end of episode 1, show that now there's a black one, that means death. Like, that's cool. That'll grab people. Because in the movie, like, you just got hints of a Yellow Lantern, and it wasn't really explained well enough to the point where you're like, oh shit, Sinestro is using a yellow ring.
Right. Yeah.
Like, yellow wasn't even a big deal in the movie.
No, because when we got to that point, it's like, I think they did a good job of setting up who Sinestro was as a green.
Yeah.
I don't think it did the world's greatest job of setting up why he would be so willing to, start the Sinestro Corps and all that. Like, to me, it just wasn't enough. And then him, again, we knew of Green Lanterns. I think general audience knew of Green Lanterns. Not everybody knew of all these different colored cores. To put the moment when he gets to the ring and starts turning yellow to be the post-credit scene, I don't think that was the right spot for it. It should have happened in the film, and then there'd be like some sort of explanation for why this is happening. And they could have had something else be the post-credits scene. You were talking about Damon Lindelof, and again, this is why I don't have fear of this strictly staying on Earth here. I've done so much research on these guys, like watching everybody's filmography, going through Chris Mundy, so I watch Ozark. Jason Hawes is one of the producers and showrunners for one of the seasons of Slow Horses. I've watched that. I start going through Damon Lindelof stuff. Because the only thing that made my fiance interested in watching Lanterns of anything, it was hearing Damon Lindelof's name attached to it, because she was a huge Lost fan. So I had never watched Lost. When Lindelof was announced as part of this, I went back with her and we watched the whole thing. It was amazing. And then we switched over to The Leftovers, which is a show
I still haven't watched. I still haven't watched The Leftovers. I might go
It's
start
very out there, but a lot of it is grounded in reality. Then we watched The Watchmen when it came out in real time. And again, same thing. It's terrestrial based, it's grounded in reality, but there are fantastical and sci-fi elements to the show where it's very much superhero, but it's also very like relating to like real life. It's very easy to follow what's going on. Everything is easy to understand. The way it's shot, the way it's written, I thought it was amazing. So again, now I haven't done my research on Sherman Augustus or J. Alphonse Nicholson, but I am familiar with Jason Ritter, who's been in a couple things that I've watched. And I was telling you most recently it was Raising Dion on Netflix, which was like multi-season. He's a good guy, then a bad guy, then a good guy again. I just think he is an excellent actor. Like the whole cast and crew that they've thrown onto this thing has been like top tier. You know what's odd?
Yeah.
So we got Mama Jon Stewart.
Right.
We got Papa Jon Stewart. We got Papa Jon Stewart, but younger. I haven't heard a casting announcement for Mama Jon Stewart younger or younger Jon Stewart. Or will the flashbacks just be John's dad before John was born? Like that kind of thing. But I would find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it would have to be with like them both together to show their relationship too.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that all comes to be. But I'm hoping for John Sr. to be a Black Lantern. I really am.
But even like kind of what you were talking about, if we're getting flashbacks of John, could we get flashbacks of Hal? Not necessarily child or teenage Hal, but maybe Hal in his heyday? Show us a cool moment of him beating something that was crazy to show the audience why you should believe that this dude is this amazing lantern, but maybe he's past his prime.
It would make all the Kyle Chandler haters
have to eat it.
Yeah. I'm all up for listen, any Hal Jordan on screen is good with me, whether he's old or young. So give me a Hal Jordan flashback, great. If it's something if it's just a quick what's the Ahsoka show where they did a flashback and it was Hayden Christensen and young Ahsoka during Clone Wars in their in the animated series outfits. Dude, if they were to do something like that with Hal showing a backstory, but it was him in the Justice League, Justice League issue 1 where they're fighting Starro.
Yeah.
We know Warner's has a Starro that they can, mess around with. If it was something like that, if it was a story taken straight, I mean, if it was Emerald Twilight, it'd be nuts. But if it was something directly taken from a comic, a flashback of Hal, it would be amazing. It'd be
what about
amazing.
Sinestro and Hal flashback where they teamed up on something?
Secret Origin. You could set up Atrocitus, because Atrocitus was instrumental in the Black Lantern, right?
I don't know if it...
Well, I want Atrocitus, so maybe we can get a
Jeff
Johns secret, a Jeff Johns Secret Origins flashback that sets up Atrocitus. I would love a flashback with this new DCU version of Abin Sur.
Yeah.
Can we get a proper version where he's in the desert, where he's in the simulator? The movie version, it really bummed me out that wasn't in the desert. That was just in the swamp or whatever in the ocean.
That's my one big critique of the film, is that particular portion of it.
Because that's the whole thing. It's essentially Hal lives in Coast City, which I think is sort of DC's version of San Diego, to the point where when Jeff Johns started writing, Hal Jordan was at Edwards Air Force Base, which is just, which is in that area. It's that's desert. I guess Edwards is somewhere else, but it's still California. It's still in the desert where you do the test flying and stuff. It was weird that he was doing this test flights in the mountains, and he met Abin Sur in the water. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, and two helicopters came, and they took forever to get there. An alien ship landed on Earth, right on the beach. It's just two
Hal
copters.
got there first.
Yeah, in a Jeep, and then his buddy pulls up in the Jeep, picks up Hal, and they just Jeep drive away, and the helicopters don't follow. That's I get the critiques on that. What if the flashback is on the heels of the Superman movie? They show you how cool Guy Gardner is, and the flashback is the original ring going to Hal instead of Guy. Again, showing...
I'd be great with that.
They got a lot of options with the show.
Yeah, Jay Kelly says Sinestro training Hal.
Yeah,
well, until we get a young Hal casting thing, it doesn't sound like they're doing de-aging stuff with this, because they're hiring separate actors.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they would get a younger Hal. And if they do a flashback with younger Hal, I'm sure some of the fanboys who aren't stoked on Kyle Chandler's age, they may have hope that they do a young Hal Jordan show or something.
Yeah, if the show does numbers and people really they show that the ratings kind of spike when younger Hal Jordan was on the screen, then there's no rhyme or reason to why they couldn't make a spinoff of these adventures that Hal had.
Yeah. Here's Gotham City Cat says, thank you for beginning this Green Lantern YouTube channel. You guys have helped me keep hope alive for the DC Universe. I became a Green Lantern fan from Justice League, the animated series. I'm glad to do it. Listen, I love Green Lantern. This channel will always be Green Lantern centric. I mentioned it with the last Superman trailer. I said, if there's a single frame of a Green Lantern, I will cover this trailer on my channel. So any sort of Green Lantern news coming up, any sort of any future trailers, even if it's the same shot of Guy Gardner or a brand new shot, like if it is just a second, I'll be here to cover that too. I mean, we're covering comics. We'll be back in a couple of days to talk about Green Lantern 21.
Yep.
So like I really wish I can keep on top of the comics as much as everybody else, because I'm behind on like Absolute Green Lantern. I didn't read Green Lantern Dark. I only read the first trade of War Journal, but I am keeping up with the two main books. So I need, you know what? I might have a chance to get into Absolute Green Lantern. Have you been reading Absolute Green Lantern?
It hasn't dropped yet.
It hasn't dropped yet.
Nope. But you know what I could do? I could throw together a calendar that we can both, drop stuff on and edit. And I keep it for myself. I just don't share it with anybody. But it's like the release dates for each of the comics, or when something comes out, I'll put like the title of the comic, the date that it's coming on. Maybe that would help you keep up with it.
Yeah, do a shared calendar with me, and I'll do more episodes, because I love doing the show. It's just I'm not like on top of the books as much as I should be.
Yeah,
because it's weird, because there's now like 4 titles or something. There's like multiple titles coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot for Green Lantern right now. Like you said, you have the main Green Lantern run, Green Lantern. Then you have Green Lantern Corps. Now you're getting Absolute Power Green Lantern. We're on Green Lantern Dark number 3. 4 comes out next month, I believe. That's just going to be, I think, like 6 issues for Green Lantern Dark.
I'll probably cover all 6 once it's all out.
Yeah, so that one won't be too bad. Kind of like we knew the Alan Scott one was going to be 6 issues, so it wasn't like you had to wait a year to wrap it up or whatever. But I'll tell you what, that Absolute Power, the more I've read about it and read interviews on what they're doing with it, it's very different than what I normally read, but I'm very excited to get into it. But then again, I was very excited to get into Green Lantern Dark, and I haven't loved it yet. And every week I'm like, well, I'm going to give it one more issue to win me over. And then the next issue comes out, and I'm like, well, I'll give it one more after this.
Yeah, and there's certain things that, there's weird offshoots like Earth One that I enjoyed.
I loved Earth One.
Yeah, Earth One's great. Far Sector is amazing. Yep. And it's just one of those things where it's just like I usually, when it comes to offshoot books like that, I tend to read those in trade paperback, just as a one-time reading as opposed to monthly. It makes it easier on my brain to remember where I'm at if I just read the whole trade as opposed to monthly. Whereas like Green Lantern Corps, I'm like, I remember everything that happened this month, and I'll continue to think about it until next month. I'm waiting because the Green Lantern Corps number 3, we're going to see what was in that giant gold egg. Very excited. I'm assuming it's a sort of actual hawk creature that the Hawkmen originally worshipped, and is essentially a new entity that maybe Sorrow is going after. I don't know. The Sorrow Lantern probably needs an entity, and they may be trying to get into this hawk that's in this giant egg. I don't know. Speculation. We'll find out. I'm going to be covering that with Vactor, but I mean, I don't know. So like with those 2 main books, I'm always like, my brain's always like thinking about them. The rest of them, I just like War Journal. I just hold off and wait till I get a trade, and then the trade was given to me, and I probably won't get the second trade. But but yeah, I'm happy that you found me. Gotham City Cat. I'll see if you have a channel. I'll go subscribe. But yeah, like Tell any of your friends that have that are Green Lantern fans, come check out the channel, because that's all we're covering. Like, I don't see myself covering anything Batman related, anything Superman related, unless it's like, holy shit, you got to check out this Green Lantern thing that's in that.
Yeah.
Then I'll cover it. But do you have anything else as far as Lanterns goes? Any rumors coming up? Anything that you've heard? Any casting news that you're excited about?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is there's, from what I understand, there's still more casting news to come out that hasn't yet, that deals with John's family. And then I believe there's at least one more character that has been described to me that would lend itself to being like a villain, that gives me hope that it could be a big character, and we'll just kind of have to wait and see what pops up. But everything I've heard so far, nothing has like red flagged to me. It's all been exciting. And again, I know these guys are taking this very seriously. It's more or less like the beginning of the DCU. It needs to go well. Green Lantern needs lanterns to go well. The people they're putting on it are very good at their jobs. Just excited. And again, every week I'm like, we're not going to hear anything else for a while. And then the next week they're like, well, here's 2 new cast members. So I'm like, okay, well, now we're definitely not going to hear anything for a while. And they're like, oh, by the way, Jason Ritter's also going to be on the show. And it's like, okay, what's next week now? What's the next thing that we get to? Maybe in the Superman footage, we'll be getting more Green Lantern shots.
Here's the best thing about all these casting announcements is that nobody is shying away from the stigma of Green Lantern. It seems like everybody's like treating this show like it's the next big thing, you know? Like, it's
that's how I feel. Like, what other show is getting like? I mean, we're getting casting announcements for like through the trades for 2 different versions of John's dad. We're like, it's not like Hal and John. I get that. And then you got a couple characters here. Like, we're getting casting announcements for like, it's a big deal that they are constantly like putting something out in the news to keep people talking about lanterns. And they just started filming it a little bit ago. Like, it makes me feel like they love the script so much that they're really confident in what they're going to film. So they want to start that process of like marketing it, even if it's kind of slow, drippy stuff, now as we build towards. And then hopefully Superman is great and Guy Gardner's great in it. And that just makes people even more excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's saying, like, Jason Ritter isn't saying, like, don't announce me in this show. I don't want the stigma of the joke of the last 15 years, you know, put on my name. Like, it's like, no.
And again,
he's excited.
He just got announced, and he's already talking about how he's read the comics growing up. Aaron Pierre is doing like his tour for the Mufasa movie, and every person interviewing him is talking to him about lanterns, and they're giving him comic books as gifts, and like they're making it a big deal. I haven't heard much from Kyle yet, but like Porna Jaganathan has done like 3 interviews where she's talked about lanterns or the script or the showrunners. Like, people seem very, very hyped to be a part of this project right now. Garrett Dillahunt is posting like 1 picture a week, doing something hinting towards like, is he going to be a powered being?
He was getting covered in plaster. He posted on Instagram or TikTok or something. You can check out that video on the Green Lanterns podcast YouTube channel. You don't get covered in like plaster and silicone unless you're getting a super suit.
Yeah, it was like whole torso.
Yeah. Unless he gets ripped to shreds and it's like for some sort of gory effect or something, but
I feel like they wouldn't need that
made
much.
It seem like, it seemed like he was getting fitted for his superhero suit, and hopefully a Black Lantern. God, or
maybe he's the one who dies.
Hand. Maybe, but he said he was suiting up, right? That's what he was saying.
I don't remember what it was, honestly.
It said something like he was suiting up and they were pouring like the mold on him, and I'm like, oh man, dude, like if I see Black Hand on my TV screen, I'm gonna flip out. Because it makes the most sense for an Earth-based Green Lantern story. He's like, I can't think of a bigger villain for Green Lantern on Earth than Black Hand.
Every day I get super pumped. And, Ralph earlier was talking about how excited he gets. I was at work and he was texting me about like theories of what this could be. And it was like one of those moments where it's like a long day at work and then your buddy's texting you about something that he is so hyped about that it's like typically like news pops up. I slide over to my Mac, I copy the link, I send it to you, and then I slide back over, finish my thing, and then I come back over here and actually read through what it was. And you were texting me so much that I slid over and I was like, dude, I gotta know. And I was just so stoked. Like it's one of those things that just like made the workday go by so much quicker now. Because now I was
so
about
funny
something.
because I was like, I sent you this big ass long thing, and I'm like, I got to talk about this on the show. I'm like, when are you available? And he's like, well, when are you doing the show? I'm like, I could do it now. I could do it Monday. I could do it whenever. And you're like, how about Monday? I said, perfect. And we just watched that. That's just what happened.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks for joining me. I'm excited. And day after tomorrow, we're going to be back here at the same time talking about Green Lantern issue 21 by Jeremy Adams. And I'm fired up. I can't wait to read it and chat to you about it. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Easiest way to find me is to go to greenlanternspodcast.com. And from there, you can click the Blue Sky link or TikTok, but I'm not really active over there, and the YouTube page. And then if you can't get a hold of me for some reason, comment under Lantern's live videos, and he can get a hold of me.
Yep.
And whatever you guys are asking, we can get it figured out together.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks again. And anybody who is watching this as a replay, drop some theories in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, but more importantly, hit the bell icon. I think when it comes to YouTube channels, the bell icon is perfect for shows like this, where we can just do a live episode at the drop of a hat, and you'll get notified if you hit that bell icon when we go live, because I just have this hunch there's going to be some big news coming up on the show, or there's going to be some new information about Nathan Fillion and Superman, or that Superman trailer is going to drop. And as soon as it does, I'll be live easily within 15 minutes. I think that's what happened with the image of Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre as John and Hal.
Yeah.
So,
and your little walk you got to do, going through.
Yeah, that was
Lantern
way
set.
last minute. Yeah. So if there's anything happening Green Lantern wise, I'm going to jump on this computer and I'm going to start doing a live stream. So hit the bell icon. What's it called? That the F sharp. I should call it the F sharp button. Is that what it is? The Roplap fan is the F sharp with the bell. Yeah. That's what I should do. I should put a little Roplap fan in my corner for the subscribe button.
I'm not trying to shill for Lanterns Live because he's a friend, but genuinely, like when you subscribe to a Green Lantern channel, you are probably expecting there to be review stuff on the comic books or things that are coming up, but it's typically things that drop, and you can watch that video later that day or the next day or on the weekend when you get a chance. Like, that's what you would do if you were coming to my page. Lanterns Live, it's not just the name. Like, Ralph is going live, like, as soon as things are happening. And that's why it's probably more important to hit the bell icon on his page than any other Lantern fandom account, even mine. Because his stuff is going to be, like, right then in the moment. And you can probably see something cool or be breaking down something that has just come out. Very important to hit the bell icon on his page. Subscribe, but hit that bell icon.
And I mean, the reason why I go live so quickly too is like, you're getting news updates. I'm getting news updates, but if I miss something, you're texting me. And as soon as I get it, I can like get the show up and running. Also, you hooked me into Reddit. So I'm over on Reddit now. and I'm following everything on there. If anything captures my fancy, I'll jump on and chat about it. And then, yeah, if it's not last minute news, it's the regular reviews of the comics, which happen now twice a month with Green Lantern Corps. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you in a couple days. To everybody in the live chat, again, another reason to come on live is to be able to like drop in great comments like everybody did today, and we can further the discussion. Stuff that we didn't think of gets put out there on the show, and we can respond to that. So definitely hit that bell icon. And thank you everybody for joining. Will, thanks again. And as I always say, beware my podcast. It's Lanterns Live.